Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
Welcome back to Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry. We're going to continue with film review of offensive line. We got one more guy we talked about last week. If you didn't check the episode with Amarius Mims, the tackle out of Georgia, we kind of went down the rankings at the end there of who's worthy of the pick at 18. There may be a couple guys we need to get to after the combine takes place, after they test. There'll be some new guys on the radar, maybe making their case a little bit stronger for pick 18, but one guy after the Senior Bowl and the way he looked at the Senior Bowl and the way he looked on tape, he's going to test well, and he's going to test well with good size. I'm talking about Jackson Powers Johnson, the center out of Oregon. Yeah, center. Do we want to head down that route again? He can play guard. He's 6'3", 334 pounds at the Senior Bowl. And man, did he look good during that week. Put himself in the conversation. I don't know that we get into that scenario, but the Bengals go into free agency and spend for a right tackle. Would it be that crazy to take an interior offensive lineman at 18? And where would he play? So what does he look like? Can he play left guard and then move into center? We're going to get to the tape on that in a minute. I want to spend a few minutes talking about Bengals placing the franchise tag on Tee Higgins very quickly. We didn't even get to an episode where I could have shared some thoughts and news on the reports that the Bengals were, and this was from Tony Pauline, but I was able to corroborate it that the Bengals were trying to open the conversation again really quickly with Tee Higgins to see if anything changed from last year when talks fell through due to guaranteed money. And so they're like, okay, let's call. Let's see if we can get a deal done and see if they're still looking for the same type of record breaking type of deal. Turns out they were. T and his agent are still looking for the same things as they were before. Bengals said, okay, we're not doing that. Here's the franchise tag. And that's where we're at now. Does that mean they'll trade him? Does it mean they should? Does it mean they should give in and give this big contract coming off T's worst year? That's probably for you to decide. I have my opinions. I'll probably get to it as things digest. I kind of want to let the week play out at the combine and see if this is a move, because I think it's two things. Either slapping the tag on instantly because we can tell we're not going to get a deal done. We're done talking to this guy. Or because you want to signal to the rest of the league that, hey, we can't get a deal done and we should get value from him or for him in a first, hopefully, if not a second and fourth, second and a third. What can you get? Can you package enough to make it worth it to lose Tee Higgins in the middle of a Super Bowl window, with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase? And do you want to hit the reset at wide receiver too? Or do you want to just go with it for 1 year and then potentially lose him for nothing, the way they did with Jesse Bates, the way they did with Kevin Zeitler and many before? I mean, Michael Johnson to Eric Steinbach to Justin Smith to Takeo Spikes to Jonathan Joseph, Marvin Jones. I mean, how far do you want to go with quality of player? These are guys that you drafted, developed, played exactly the way you expected them to, and then they walked with very little compensation in some of those cases. Some of those, you did get a third round comp pick, but when you spend it on Jordan Shipley, does it even matter? Is it worth it? I'm tired of this scenario. I'd like to see them get value when possible. Get something. Don't let these guys walk for nothing when you need the picks. You need as many picks as possible. You need as many young, cheap hits in the draft as possible. And I'd like more rolls of the dice. So, guy who I don't think is a roll of the dice, who's going to score very, very high for me, Jackson Powers Johnson out of Oregon. If I were to recommend one game to you of Jackson Powers Johnson, it would be against Oregon State. And that's what I have queued up here. We've got 15 true pass sets in this game. Hey, this isn't the game he gives up his one pressure all year long. This is more of a highlight of what he can be, which in my opinion is really, really good. And if you're wondering if he can play guard, he's got about 900 snaps in his career at center. He's got about 450, mostly at right guard, but it does show he can do it. And he did a little bit of it at the Senior Bowl as well. So we're looking at 58 there, right in the middle. You see him, first guy out of his stance, right? I mean, right off from the rip, right? Snap that ball. You're getting out to the right. That allows that right guard to pull around him, and you're going to toss him down from the start. From the word go. On your mark, get set, go. Jackson Powers Johnson right out. So if you don't know what position center is, he's the guy in the center, and he's snapping the ball. Just so we're clear on everything here, I just want to make sure. But watch him when he makes contact with this player, stands him up, and then tosses him down. And look at the blocking there. Bang, boom. Is that Irving? Bang, boom is the sound it makes when everyone hits their marks. Look at all of them, all five making contact. But good block, Jackson Powers Johnson, right off the rip. See here, he's kind of going because he's supposed to go get this linebacker, but if he knows he shoots off right away and goes and fires, probably a scenario. It could be an RPO as well. This quarterback could keep it, so no one wants to go upfield. That's probably more likely. But if he does go and attack right off the snap, that guy will probably make him miss as the better athlete. So you let him get sucked in first, then you go attack. You're sure it's a run. You're sure the quarterback didn't throw that ball. And we're looking for him to be able to make contact and secure that block on that center or on that linebacker as the center. Oh, he didn't go down. Come on. Oregon's got a few guys here. And then Bucky Irving, Bo Nix. Oh, I forgot we're watching the center. Eyes back on the center. Hey, he's trying to help that tackle or his left guard, the defensive tackle. He's trying to get to that defensive tackle, trying to help his left guard. And he runs him out there so much, but they bring the DN back in and he makes contact there and still is able to angle in and hold his ground. Able to pick up the stunt. Not that it's a hard one there, but recognizes it, doesn't give up too much depth. 330 pounds. I love that at center because you got to be an athlete at center. I think number one, oversized. That's why you see a lot of 280-pound, 290-pound centers make it. And what I mean, a lot. I mean, you don't see that happen at guard. You definitely don't see that at tackle much. Oh, you get to see him anchor on this play here. As he goes to help first to the left, and then he sees to the right. That's the area where he can just naturally feel that, right? To the right. This right guard's giving up so much more depth. Gets his hands underneath, and he's got to absorb and sit. Look at that. Yeah, he absorbed that power. What I was saying is it's rare to find a 330-pound center, and he can move. He still gets some on this play. He misses. It was a very similar situation now going to the right that we had on the left, where the D end comes inside. So now Jackson Powers Johnson right here. He's looking. He sees what happens. Oh, that D end missed. And the running back's running right at me. He turns upfield, still finds a piece to get. There's a piece of an orange jersey. Let me finish him off. Let me drive him into the dirt. See a lot. He's going to, of all the tackles we watched, Jackson Powers Johnson's going to displace more defenders than those guys. He is in the battlegrounds in the middle here. And that's why I like watching interior linemen. Again, he's off. Look how fast he's off the snap. This is Jason Kelsey doing this. I wouldn't be surprised if he tests like a 95 percentile athlete. But those guys on the inside, they're constant wrestling matches, constant battles, consistent chances to wear guys out and get them out of the way. This is an interesting play here, huh? Does he know it's a sneak? Oh, he doesn't. Eyes up on the middle linebacker who just fills that gap. Probably better communication there. He looks a little upset. Jackson Powers Johnson does when he gets up. JPJ. Not really a short name. I feel like I have to say his full birth name. Look at him there, tossing that dude. This is like when we watch Johnny Newton consistently look stronger than everyone else. Look at that power. You see it reverberate down from his spine into his thighs, into his behind, and then lifts that guy off his feet. And that is some power. And that was on a short yardage situation. Looks like they did not get it, huh? His run blocking grade is above average. No, I mean, it's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. But his pass blocking grade is really good. You can see he's an athlete. You can see he's strong. You can see he's nasty. 1 year full starting experience at center, or he'd probably be viewed higher. Maybe that's a little bit of a risk for him. If we had the side angle on this, because when I originally watched it, it was a side angle. But when you watch him here make contact with this defensive tackle, he's driving him backwards here at this point. You see his lean, his forward lean on him, and he's got his hands under. He's driving. I mean, they're 2, 3 yards back now, 4 yards back, and he ends up on top of this guy. It's amazing how often he's just absolutely finishing his blocks. Can't really see what happened there. Sometimes the cuts are bad on these. Again, affecting the defender when you get hands on him. We talked about with that with the tackles. You can see him absorbing this contact here. Oh, we got a guy inside that helps with that one. His old teammate took his knee out, huh? Took the defender's knee out. Does he score here? See. I want a running back that can do that. I mean, Chase Brown can, but I want another. Look how far he pushes this guy out when he hits him. Go get the D tackle. Push him out of the screen, completely out of there. He looks stronger and more athletic than pretty much everyone he goes against in the 4 games I have available. Man, absolutely displaces this. Oregon State keeps trying to do this where they bring their edge guy over completely inside. Wham! Can you see that? I can't draw on my screen anymore. My app absolutely crashed on me for that one. As this guy goes inside and Powers Johnson climbs up, he's going to stone him. Watch how hard right there. You see their helmets smack? Goodbye. If you end up with an elite interior, I mean, I don't care what offensive line position he plays. If you end up with an elite offensive line player, do you care what position it is? That was the question I was trying to go to. Does it bother you if it's an interior guy with perceived less value? Or are you just like, you know what? We've got a Pro Bowl type player. I don't care where he comes from. Oh, and I have to mention this PFF that I'm using for the dates here on his birthday, say he just turned 21. So he is 20 years old on this. If you like that about JC Latham, we've got it again with JPJ, Jackson Powers Johnson. Sometimes watching center isn't that much fun because you don't get too many one-on-ones. So as we're watching this here, it's kind of like, all right, okay. I do like he shows the ability. So he wants to get, I believe he wants to get out and block this guy. And he's a couple gaps over. He still ends up finding a way to wall him off just slightly, just enough to get this throw off, to get this sprint right option going. Camera view should change here. Gives a better idea of him. I feel like you can see center's good from this angle. Oh, nice move. Touchdown. He does his job here because he doesn't know where the ball's going. He doesn't know if the quarterback's going to keep it or not. So again, he wants to get to this shoulder because the run, if it comes inside, he needs to wall off this guy on that side. With a little help from the guard, he's able to finish it and keep that guy inside. I mean, he's that you see him carrying that 330 pounds, man. He is barrel chested. He looks strong, well balanced too. I was saying center tape's not always as exciting because a lot of times, here we go, got someone over top of him now. Block him out of there, push him out of there, and get to a linebacker. We got some tape here to review. So he's going to pass him off to the guard, and then he's got his eyes set. You already saw him like kind of in the last frame. He says, all right, now I got to get to 2. Throw that guy off, and let me get to 2, and so is the tackle as well. Maybe if the tackle stayed on his guy a little bit longer, we'd have a longer run there. But job well done for JPJ. Screen. Let's see him get out in front. Get out there, 58. Peel back. I mean, that's solid too. He realizes and recognizes the danger here. There's a little bit of a, do I go upfield because there's really no one up there. But he's look how much he's checking back. Like, I don't know, is that guy gonna get to him? He might get to him. This is a tight end screen, so he's not the fastest. And without coming back and clearing him, getting a penalty or anything like that, he's able to flip his hips in space, watch him flip right there, and then wall him off. Just put that hand there, box him out. Natural under control athlete. It's like Creed Humphrey type athlete. That's what Creed looked like in college. We got a trip here, don't we? Okay, go up and get two. Two's just gonna drop his head and go right to his chest. Oh, he's trying to get a piece of both guys there, and two trips him. No doubt about it. Do we get a flag? Mm, good catch. Good contested grab. Ah, that's a miss here. He wants to help the guard, but the tackle goes, the defensive tackle swims away to the outside. It says, okay, I got to climb and get two now. I don't know what two's looking at. Two does a good job undercutting here. Really good job by two, actually, the linebacker. To say, all right, I can go the other way. You can use the leverage of the offensive lineman of where he expects the play to go against him sometimes, and that's an example. Good pass between the two. Got a little stunt coming up here between the defensive tackles. Going to cross, pass him off. Look how he's making contact and passing off. You want to do that very quick. You don't want him too long. You don't want to wait too long and carry that guy too far because then you're out of position for the guy that's coming across. So you want to get your feet reset, your hands back in. And man, it's more power onto 99 that time. All right, we got double A gap. Nice. See, double A gap here, meaning you're going to walk these two guys up and at least show blitz so that it looks like you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we've got 5 offensive linemen. Maybe 0 stays in for the 6. Quarterback knows ball has to be come out if 0 isn't staying the block. But for the center now, we're going to count the guys inside first and try and block inside outside first. So the outside guy has to take the longest path to the quarterback. And watch them here. The running back going out makes it 5 versus 5. So it looks like they're going to slide left on this. Watch both hands here for Jackson Powers Johnson. He's going to get a grip on both these guys because this is a cross dog blitz. So they're going to cross the two middle linebackers. He does a good job staying in there. I'm going to go with full speed now that you know what's happening. Good a look. Yep. Ball comes out, completion, first down. Again, they're trying to stunt up the middle. They're trying to cause some confusion. They end up with two guys going in the same gap. So JPJ pretty much holds them both off. I like that personally. Watch at full speed. I mean, he's able to handle both those guys without getting completely overwhelmed. Does he catch that? That'd be crazy, right? Hmm. Yeah, very close. All right, back to the center watching. Oh, he tried to throw him by. That guy grabs the hook. This is a defensive holding, in my opinion. Why he just wants to throw him by so he can peel off and get to the second level. And when you grab a hold of him and don't allow it, good defense. Good tackles on the outside there. Yeah, 95. Yeah. Oh, see, he is showing some really nice power on these. He's going to get grips, grab a hold of them. Yeah, let the spinny thing go here. Hopefully you're loading, but watch the power there, right? And then pick up the next guy. Looks good. Looks like a veteran. He knows they're stunting at this point. He knows they're twisting. He's got one hand on 52. Like, I know you're not actually rushing. You're just trying to get my attention. Let me get my eyes on 95. He's looking at 95, waiting for him. What do you want to say? That's like great, right? That he can hold one guy with one hand and just picking up two here. That's what I'm saying. Every time he makes contact with somebody, it's a linebacker. But look at him. Where's he going? Where are you sending this guy? Well, two's like, I'm just gonna try and dip a shoulder and get by him here. Yeah, good luck. You're going from just close to the hash to bye. Is am I laughing to myself or is everyone in here watching this like, yeah, this guy looks like he's got the strength of an NFL player right now. No stress there at all, right? Like this guy's like, I'm gonna go with the power inside. Maybe can I get the right arm of JPJ off me? Ah, he's like he's blocking a high schooler at that point. Nothing really there to talk about. 20 seconds left in the second quarter. So they're trying to score. They're trying to get down there. We've got some blitzes going. He's picking them up, whether they're stunting them, crossing them, whatever they're doing. Oh, all right. Third quarter now. Flip the camera. See, again, two has got to be tired of this at this point. How many times are you guys going to send me on the split? So he's not sure which guy's coming. So he's working with it, flowing with the play. And then, all right, give me one. There we go. Now I've got two. He was going to throw him out of there. He threw him into another D lineman and then got another hit on him. I love his awareness. You see him as and this is normal for a center. That's why they played center. That's the intelligence normally. But like, again, you got the DN coming all the way across, and he sees it. He knows it's coming. Stones him. That guy does. I mean, he is powerful, man. He's built like a little, not literally 6'3". He's built like a fridge. And 15 and 11 have made some really nice moves after the catch. Just the subtle movements from going from a receiver to a runner. I mean, he's passing guys off here. Watch him. He's going to take the D tackle, make sure he goes that way, and then reset himself to make sure he can get the guy that was crossing over. So if you're wondering about this, he wants to get out to the right. The guy stunts inside. Just gotta wall him off if you can. He took himself out of the play there, the defensive tackle. It just probably was the play call. Rock, paper, scissors type thing. Like they sent the blitz on that one. Yeah, the quarterback had to get it out. So he's just retreating, trying to take as many guys as he can there. See, again there, that's a really good block for needing to reach all the way to this defensive tackle. So Powers Johnson has to go to his right and get to this defensive tackle here because we're going to release him and let him go as that 74 goes and gets a linebacker. So he gets to him. And, I mean, I don't know how exactly that happened, but that guy ended up on the ground. 52 ended up looking for a flag, but I didn't see it. One hand again. Now we can see what these looked like from the other angle that I was laughing at. When he's looking to his left, but controlling right there. Punch. Boom. Stop it and let me see. Is there someone coming? Because he's got full control. He's not nervous about being beaten physically. Look at him hold that there. Hold that there. Hold that there. That guy's swatting at it too. And now he can slide left and get some. Help out his left tackle. Watch it again. And then go help out the left tackle. I mean, you're elevating the entire offensive line around you as a center when you can do that. You're helping your right guard there. You're helping your left guard and left tackle. Good job picking that up. Oh, what a throw. Oh, let's watch this again. So he goes right to check first, then he comes left here, ends up picking up that defensive tackle. And I mean, I like the way these guards are and these centers are handling it here for Oregon because now you're not allowing any extra space because they flowed with it instead of just playing their position and dropping back into pass pro. So now, even if that guy wanted to stunt back in, the right guard's there to pick him up. I was gonna say he had two guys right in front of him there. Can we see that route? Can I see what he ran here? Oh, he's out of the screen. Let's see. See attack his leverage. Bang, snap it off. Ball for the quarterback with a defender in his face. Good ball. Second and 9. Play's going the other way. All right. Ooh, 2 looks quick. Not quick enough. First down. Got a nose on him. Just has to wash him out of there. I mean, we've rolled out a couple times here with Bo Nix with a defender in his face. So it's interesting that they keep calling this. I'm not sure what they're expecting. Did he get tripped? What was that? That was weird. Yeah. Right guard stepped on his right foot, right ankle. All right, give us a play here to talk about. I feel like we've said everything on him. That's why I thought one game would suffice here in the evaluation. I'm telling you, the other ones all look like this. He gave up one pressure all year. So, and it was nothing. The guy just kind of outworked him a little bit while the quarterback held on to the ball. Again, here he's got one hand as he's scanning to the right, one hand holding on to the D tackle, and then he automatically picks up the other stunting guy while he's looking this way. You have Karras for one more year. A lot of centers get drafted and play guard the first year. Oh, that got hairy inside there, huh? What happened? He went for like a headshot. That's the guy's head. He snaps it and goes for a. I think that he thought the guy was just going to battering ram right into his chest and go low on him. So he snaps it and tries to just Reggie White him. Ends up getting hit by the D tackle on the other side. Oh, did they get that in there? Good job. Good run. I mean, it's 31-7. They're kicking their butt now, but let's watch it. This is our first time we see JPJ on the ground himself. Let's figure out what happened here. So he's trying to get out in front of 95. I mean, you can see the power when he contacts it. 95 is bending. He gets out in front and he's throwing him back in. I think he tried to hold him up a little bit because he didn't want to throw 95 into the running back's path. So I think he held him up and then he just went down. A little collision with the left tackle, maybe. There's some good highlights from the other game. Maybe I'll cut those up. If they take them, then we'll definitely watch all of the games if they draft them. I just thought there's a chance they don't even draft him, but we should be open to it. They should be open to it. Because I think we're looking at a potentially elite player on the inside. Like Frank Ragnow type. And I mentioned Humphrey and Ragnow, but this is what they looked like in college. Ragnow is better run blocking, better getting to the second level. This is more what Creed Humphrey looked like. But those are guys that, and Ragnow went 20th overall, which is why I thought of that. And the Bengals loved Ragnow, so not crazy. I just don't think they have such an immediate need at center. Maybe that's the only reason they loved Ragnow. It's because they were hyper focused on that position. Again, his head's on a swivel here. Watch as he makes contact, and then looks over. All right, is 99 coming? All right, I'll stick with 52 then. You guys want to straight up rush us? Oh, Troy Franklin. Duh. Thank you. Someone probably corrected me in the comments as soon as I was saying I watched the receiver. Troy Franklin. Passes this guy off. See, I just like the hand underneath here. Shove him off. Very physical hand usage with JPJ. I think that's why O-line guys are really going to like him when you see O-line evaluators on draft Twitter, if you will. They all like him because he's such a powerful mover with his hands. And I think that's not every guy's like that. It's an easy evaluation when you see that stuff. And maybe I'm falling trap to it. But let's talk about JPJ real quick. We got the combine this week. Pay attention to that. There's a lot we've already mentioned with the offensive line. You want elite athletes. You want to increase your chances of drafting a Pro Bowl offensive lineman. The Bengals aren't in position to draft just a starter. I think they can go out and find just a starter in free agency. What they need to do is raise the ceiling of their line. They've done a good job raising the floor, taking it from bottom 2 or 3 offensive line in the league from 2020, 2021 to serviceable, middle of the pack, 16 to 20 type offensive line. Now you're losing a capable starter in Jonah Williams. You'll have to replace him with a capable starter. But what they're really missing to get them over the hump was a tier 1, a Pro Bowl level offensive lineman. And I think Jackson Powers Johnson can be that guy. And I think that's why I'm so open to it, because I do believe you need to have one of those guys on your offensive line. And if they can get that at 21 years old, I mean, he would hit free agency again, 25, 26 years old, 26, and you're getting him in his prime for a second contract. I really like that rather than some of these guys that are in this class that are already 23, 24 years old. And I think his movement skills are evident on tape. I think he'll test pretty well, but size adjusted at 334 should put him in the 90th percentile athlete, which will get him into the discussion. Guys like Tyler Linderbaum, Frank Ragnow, they are elite athletes. Those are the guys that go in the first round. Creed Humphrey should have. We talked about this. He was a 10 out of 10 in terms of athletic testing. He's the most athletic center that's ever tested, and his tape looked like this. So I don't know what happened. You tell me. Anyway, are you open to it? That's the question. If you're still watching at this point, which I hope you are. I usually ramble a little bit at the end, but I get to a question and I read your comments. Are you open to a center/guard? Guy who gave up 4 pressures in 1,300 career snaps, 795 pass blocking snaps, 4 pressures only. Are you open to that? Or are you completely out? Give me the tackle, even if it's a B level tackle over an A level center or guard. I'm interested in your answers. I'm Joe Goodberry. This has been Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm looking at myself in the camera. That's how that happens. Thanks for watching, guys. Till Friday, when we can probably talk about some of these combine performances. Probably have another film breakdown. This time, as we're getting close to free agency, I'm going to start tweaking that up a little bit. We're going to start looking at some veteran players and some players that I've got my eye on. So we've got a couple weeks for that. I'll start to cram those out and give you an idea of what I'm expecting.
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realize self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.